Everybody, welcome to Enlightened Pathways, to your reading, Who is Your Next True Love? We're going to have a look at the tarot. We're going to look at the oracle cards to see who this next true love can be in terms of their looks, their lifestyle, their job, their personality, their love language. So it's going to be quite an in-depth reading. There are 3 piles to choose from. You have the pink butterfly in pile 1, the yellow butterfly in pile 2, and the green butterfly in pile 3. Remember, it's just these are all just possibilities. If something doesn't resonate, if it doesn't feel right, then this reading is just not meant to be for you at this time. So take what resonates and leave the rest. Enjoy. Welcome group number 1. This is for everybody who chose the pink butterfly. We're going to start off by looking at the tarot cards just to give us an overall view of who this next person who's coming in, your next true love. And group number 1, what I can see that is this person that's coming in is going to come in quite fast, quite quickly. And they are quite dynamic. They are very engaged, very curious. I think they know what's going on worldwide. They're probably very tech savvy. They're good on the computer or probably might even work in communications and in media. They're very curious about you. They want to know all about you. They want to know not only just like in terms of what you do, but they want to know the deep stuff. They ask a lot of questions. Now, I think this person is definitely a soulmate. And I believe that we are given more than one soulmate per lifetime, because I think a soulmate comes in to teach us things, and some soulmates have a certain period of time with us and then some a lifetime. I really do believe that this person has there is going to be a soulmate connection. There is going to be a lot of love in this relationship. There is, we've got the Ace of Cups here. That is like such a beautiful card to get when we do a love reading, and especially a true love reading, because this is like an abundance of love. And I think there is going to be an abundance of love in this relationship. And this person is also serious. We have the 10 of Cups here. This person is serious. They view you as somebody that they want to spend a lifetime with. They want to build something solid with. They want to have the family, the house, the children with you. This is not a fleeting kind of true love. This is somebody who really wants to build a future. They want to build a future, and they're going to drive it. We've got the Chariot, which is a fast-moving card. They're going to come in and they're going to do what it takes to make it happen. They see you as somebody they can spend the rest of their lives with. So whether you see that as well, it'll be relevant for everybody. It'll be different, but they really feel that there is potential here. There's like yin and yang. There's like a complete connection, and they're going to drive it forward. They're not going to be passive in this relationship. They're going to be very, very dynamic, suggesting, planning, talking. They're very engaged in this relationship. Right, so now what I'd like to do is I would just like to start off with the oracle cards, just to get some further idea about who this person is. So what I'll do is just going to pull 2 romance angel cards to get an idea. So the first one we get is keep an open mind. Your soulmate, so they're confirming that this is definitely is a soulmate, may differ from your usual type and expectations. So please, When you meet somebody and there is a connection, and might feel different. It might feel different in that maybe physically they're not your usual type. It might feel different is that their work is like something completely different. You know, if you're somebody who's involved in, say, law, you might find somebody who writes books, who's an author. So there might be a complete difference here. Keep an open mind, because there is definitely a soulmate connection coming in. Let's pull one more romance angel card. And we've got express your love. Right. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So your romance angels are telling you here, when this person comes in, don't hold back. Don't hold back. There's a lot of love here. Don't hold back. You are safe to go ahead and, you know what? Express yourself. Tell them how you're feeling. Tell them what's on your mind, what's in your heart. You're in a safe place. This person, you know, whether it lasts, you know, just a season, reason, or a lifetime, we don't know. But enjoy it, embrace it, and see where it can go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my oracle cards. These are my own enchanted pathway oracle cards, to get an idea of what this person can look like physically. This is your next true love. Well, these are just possibilities, guys, of what they can look like physically. So the first thing we have is green hazel eyes. So if you can just imagine anything on that spectrum, on the green to hazel, their eyes will probably or have a probability of having this color. The next thing we get is auburn hair. So auburn hair can be anything from that light brown to that reddish color. So anything along that spectrum. Okay, let's see what else we can get. Okay, so there is also a possibility that this person can have blue eyes. So when it's blue eyes, it could be from that really brilliant, striking blue to that like deep, like gray blue eyes. And then we're going to pull another one just to get a little bit more idea in terms of what they look like physically. Okay, so there's a lot about eyes here. We've got deep, intense eyes. So no matter what their color eyes are, this person is going to have very deep, intense eyes. So it's like when you look into their eyes, it's like looking into their soul. It's like their eyes tell a story. Their eyes tell everything about them, what they're feeling, what they want, what they're going through. Their eyes literally are the window to their soul. And then we get black hair. So here we've only really got possibilities in terms of hair. So you've either got auburn hair or black hair. And I think a very big thing about this person is there is going to be something about their eyes. It's the color and the intensity that captivate you. That something resonates within you and makes you think, there's something here. I want to know more about this person. I want to understand who this person is. So watch out for that. The next thing I want to do is take a look and see a little bit more about their lifestyle. So here we're looking at anything in terms of their likes, their dislikes, where they live, where they can travel, in terms of their lifestyle. Here we go. The first one is children. Okay, so this person could either have children or they could want children with you. So there is definitely something to do with children here. The next card we get is nature. Okay, so they have a big love and appreciation of nature, and this could manifest in the way that maybe where they live. It could manifest in what they like to do on the weekends or their free time, or even the places they like to go to when they travel. Then we get city slicker. So We've got nature and city slicker. When I see city slicker, I always think of somebody who is probably lives in a city, and it's probably quite a cosmopolitan city. So when I say that, it'll be like your New York, London, Vienna, Rome. It's quite a cosmopolitan, happening, thriving city. And that's why probably they love to get out into nature as a complete break from the city. Right, let's see what else we have. Forest, okay. So there's definitely some huge love for nature, trees, being in the quiet. And it probably it's just a break to get out of the city, to do what they, from probably during the week, working in a fast-paced environment with lots of things available, and then maybe just getting away from it on the weekend or when they travel to somewhere completely different where the scenery and the pace is completely different to the city. And movies. So we get that this person loves to go to the movies. They get their popcorn, probably hold hands, watch a good movie. It could be even just like watching movies at home. It doesn't mean necessarily going to the cinema. They probably just love to even snuggle up on the couch, make some popcorn, both get under the duvet and watch a good movie together. This is something they have a great love for. Right, so now what I'd like to do is I'd like to look at possible careers and jobs that this next true love works in. So let's have a look at this. Let's see what we have here. The building industry. So this would be anything to do with construction, architecture, supplying building materials, interior design, anything to do with building. There is a possibility that they work in this. Here we got architecture. So we've got a little bit of there's definitely something in terms of that, because we've got clarification there, confirmation that there's definitely a possibility that this person is it could be somebody who is, maybe develops new buildings, town planning, that kind of thing. Photography. Okay, they could be involved in photography. This could be anything. It could be like a fashion photographer, a wildlife photographer, anything to do with photography. This could be a big possibility in terms of career. Right, let's get two more. Finance, they could be in the financial world. So that could be investing, stockbroking, banking, anything to do with finance. And one more. Film. Okay, they could be involved in the film industry. So that could be, they could be a director, a producer. They could even be in front of the camera, although this was telling us it's more about being behind the camera. So I would imagine it's more on the production and direction, maybe even writing stage of something to do with films, documentaries, and anything to do with that. Great, so now what I'd like to do is I'd like to get some idea how this person will relate to you in terms of love. How are they going to express themselves? What is their love language? Let's have a look. First of all, we get comfortable silence. So this person is just so happy just to be with you. You could be anywhere, at home, in a park, just sitting together, holding hands, reading books, just doing your own thing. They on their laptop, you on their laptop, just so that you can kind of be together and not necessarily have to talk all the time, but just feel that compatibility and the togetherness by being close together. The next card we get is cook for you. Okay, so they are going to love to cook for you. They're going to love to prepare your favorite dish. They're going to love to experiment with all the ingredients that you love and get you to taste it. And they want you to feel joy and the way they want you to feel the joy is by preparing something for you. And it's usually, this would be like, I would imagine food or cakes or cookies, but they love to get creative in the kitchen for you. They also absolutely love going for romantic dinners. This is probably their way of having quality time together, sitting over a delicious meal with a glass of wine or a cocktail, discussing your day and what's happening, your plans. This is for them, it's time to like just concentrate on each other. Coffee for two. So as much as they love their romantic dinners, they're also very happy just to go during the day, maybe strolling at markets or in parks and then stopping and just having a coffee. Look how casual and happy they are. For them, I think this being together, this one-on-one, be it over a dinner or over a coffee, is very important. I think it's for them, it's the way that they just like, it's just me and you, let's discuss us, let's see what's going on, let's share, which is really, really lovely. The last one we get is that you guys will have the same outlook. That's really lovely, guys, because that tells us that you are on the same page in terms of how you see things. So this could be in terms of how your beliefs and your value systems, and it can also be the way you see the relationship and what you want out of the relationship. This makes for such a wonderful foundation in any relationship. So that's extremely positive. Now, the last thing I want to do in this set of oracle cards is look at some of their personality traits. Now, remember, this is just all possibility, guys. So whatever resonates, take. The rest, just leave. So the first one we get is shy. I think this person is going to be quite shy when they first meet you. I think they're going to be really like careful in terms of not wanting to overwhelm you, not wanting to put too much expectations on you. They want you to feel comfortable. They want you to feel safe, and they're going to go at a pace that you feel comfortable with. And they're going to be very shy and sweet about that. They're also very, very smart. This person is very smart. So I would say this is just, like not only like book smart, they can also be incredibly street smart. They know how the world works. They know how things work. They know what's acceptable. They know what's not acceptable. They understand boundaries, which I think is quite important in any good functioning relationship. They're also going to be very amorous. This person is not going to be shy or embarrassed to hold your hand or hold you around in public. They might go as far as just to, even hug you and give you a little kiss. And of course, are going to make sure that you feel comfortable with it. But they want to express their love, not only in terms of, speaking about it and verbalizing it, but there is going to be some kind of physical expression of love that they, as long as you're comfortable with. Because this shy card tells me they're going to wait to make sure that you're comfortable before they, do anything. So like if you're not comfortable, having a little peck of a kiss on the cheek in public, they won't do it. They're going to make sure you're comfortable first. This person is going to be completely smitten with you. This is my googly-eyed card. They are going to be crazy about you. They really are. They're going to love everything about you, and they're going to think to themselves, how did I get so lucky to find this person? And that's why when we saw in the beginning, they really see a long-term future for you. And they're going to go about it in the smart way and in the right way that you feel comfortable and you feel happy. They'll go at your pace because they want you to feel good about everything. And the last card we get is compassionate. I love this card. This person is a very kind and very compassionate person. Now, if you have this in a relationship and in your partner, I think your the potential for going forward and building an absolute strong, healthy relationship is so possible. Because when you are kind and compassionate to your partner, you will be able to work out everything. And everything and anything is possible. So there you have it, group number 1. That is some idea about your next true love coming in. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Please take care. Hello, group number 2. This is for everybody who chose the yellow butterfly. We're going to start off by looking at the tarot cards to get a general outlook about who this person is, who this next true love of yours that is coming in. And then we're going to get further clarification and information from the oracle cards. Remember, this is all just possibility. If something doesn't ring true, it doesn't feel right, it just means that it's not your reading at this time. So, group number 2. I can tell you that this person who is coming in is actually a very successful person. So, in terms of their career and profession, I would say they have reached the pinnacle. They are very well known, they are very well established, and they are probably financially very well off. Then we have the King of Cups, and that tells me that this person is also very emotionally mature. This person is probably older than you. I would even say maybe 5 to 10 years at least older than you, and they are wise. They are wise in terms of their emotions, in terms of life. So not only are they successful in their career and their profession, they are also very smart emotionally. They have high emotional IQ. This person has also been through it. That means they have experienced sadness, loss, disappointment. They know what it is to suffer. They know what it is to have hardship, probably even financial or emotional. They can relate to things like to life in general. They relate that life is not all just like rainbows, butterflies, and unicorns. They know that life is about peaks and valleys, and there are periods in life that are much harder than others, and this person has experienced this. I think this person is definitely a past life connection. I think you've known this person before, and there's going to be some kind of familiarity. Not similarity. There's going to be some kind of familiarity. It's like when you meet them, they'll be like, funny how he feels or she feels so like somebody I already know, even though you probably have never met them before. There's definitely going to be something familiar, and I think it's because you have known each other in a previous life. I think this person has been waiting for this kind of connection. Probably you have been waiting for it as well. And I think both of your patience is going to pay off, and you're going to be blessed by this true love connection. So what I want to do now is just take a look at the Romance Angel cards to see if we can get some additional messages. There we go. That one they both just popped out. The first one we get is trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. So your romance angels are telling you, yes, this person who's coming in is going to be trustworthy, and you can have faith that this relationship can probably go the distance. The next card we get is worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Like I said, both of you have really waited for this kind of connection, and it's going to be something that is worth waiting for. So all those perhaps months, even years that you thought, oh my gosh, I'm never going to meet this person. I'm never going to meet this person who I'm going to have this connection with on mind, body, soul. I think this is the person who's going to be coming in now. And your romance angels are telling you, they are definitely worth waiting for. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my own oracle cards, the Enlightened Pathways or oracle cards, just to get a good idea about them in terms of their physical appearance, their the job that they might do, their love language, their lifestyle, so we can get a nice overall picture about this person. So we're going to start off with their physical attributes, and the first thing we get is curly hair. So of course, if it's a man or a woman, you can expect them to have curly hair. Next card we get is facial hair. Okay, so that will obviously just apply to men. So you can imagine they might have like a beard, moustache. They might even just have like, that unshaved look, that rugged look. But there will definitely be some kind of facial hair. Their hair will probably be brown. So you can think of all the shades of brown from, the light brown right to like the very dark brown. And then we've got black hair. So their hair is probably more dark brown, verging on black hair. And one more card. Here we go. This jumped out. Deep, intense eyes. So this person, no matter what the color of their eyes, they're going to have very, very deep, soulful eyes. And I think by looking into their eyes, you're going to know exactly where you stand and exactly what they're feeling. Right, the next set of cards I want to pull are just about their lifestyle. So, what do they like to do? Where do they like to go? Where do they live? Okay, the first thing that pops out is cycling. So I would imagine that this person cycles, perhaps even for sport, a hobby, to keep fit. They definitely have a passion for cycling. We've got children jumping out. So this person could have children, or they could want children with you. Then we get swimming. So they're obviously very, very active in terms of what they do physically. They love cycling, they love swimming. I would imagine this is all things that they could be doing to keep fit and to stay healthy. We got music. Okay, they have a great love of music. This could be that they could either play a musical instrument, or they love to listen to music. But music plays a very important role in their lives. And we get nature. They have a great, great appreciation and a great love for nature. Right. The next load of cards I'm going to pull are going to give us some idea about what profession or what career they're in. Let's have a look and see. First thing we get is food. So this is everything and anything to do with the food industry. They could be a chef. They could own a restaurant. They could supply food to restaurants, but there's definitely something to do with food. This is one possibility. The next one we get is photography. Here they could be a wildlife photographer, a fashion photographer, just any kind of photography that kind of brings in a full-time income. Then we've got a creative. So when we have a creative, it could be somebody who is an artist. It could be somebody who is in like advertising. So they could be a creative person in terms of coming up with concept, a graphic designer, interior designer, anything that requires them to have a very creative mind. It could also be like somebody who is a writer, an author, anything that requires them to have a very well-developed creative mind. Music, so we've got music twice here. So I think that's nice confirmation that whatever this person is, there is a great deep love for music, and it also could be something that they do as a profession. They could be a professional DJ, they could be a professional musician, they could be a producer, anything to do with music. And then the last card we get is film. We've got a creative person, photography and film. So it's all in the very similar industries about creating, directing, producing, writing, anything on that line. We are now going to have a look at their love language. So this is how they're going to express themselves to you in the relationship. This is how they're going to show their love to you in the relationship. The first card we get is cook for you. They're going to absolutely love to cook for you. They're going to find out what your favorite food is, and then they're going to experiment and develop, and they're going to get you to taste. This is a way they really show that they love you by spoiling you with food. The next card we get is your number one supporter. This is lovely. This person is going to be the person that is your personal cheerleader. No matter what you do, no matter where you go, they're going to have your back. If you decide to try something completely new and something you've never done before, this person is going to say, babes, you can do it. You can do whatever you want. I have your back. I will support you. Whatever it is, they are going to be there and help you do it and encourage you and really, really make sure that you feel good and supported. Then we have a lovely card. It's my spooning card, but it's more than just spooning. This card is about feeling like you are exactly where you're meant to be. It's like when you lie together in each other's arms, it's like coming home. This is what I've been waiting for. This is the person that I feel myself with. I feel relaxed with. I don't have to prove anything. I am exactly where I am meant to be. Okay. So they're going to also encourage you to do things together. So this I've got it here as dancing, but it could be anything. It could be like, salsa dancing. It could be cycling. It could be anything, cooking classes, anything that you can do together as an activity. They're going to encourage it and look for new things to do, and probably things that you both never have tried together, just so that it becomes your time and your thing to do together. And the last card we get is Same Outlook, which is a lovely card because it means that your beliefs, your values, your outlook in life are very much on the same page, and you are both also viewing the relationship the same way. You both want the same things out of a relationship, which makes such a good, strong foundation for any relationship. Now we're going to look at some personality traits. So we're going to see who this person is in terms of personality. Remember, these are just possibilities. The first one is romantic. So this person is incredibly romantic. You can expect the flowers, the chocolates, little gifts. They're going to spoil you. For them, romance is an important part of the relationship. The next one we get is serious. So this person is not afraid to have the serious conversations. So when we look at what is the serious conversations, it's like, are we on the same page? Do we want the same thing? Where are we going? This person is not going to, you get a lot of people who always shy away and make excuses and get all nervous when it comes to discussing serious topics. This person has no problem with that at all. You want to raise it, they're like, fine, let's talk about it. What's on your mind? Let's get it out there. I'm happy to discuss it and make sure that we're both on the same page. So this is quite a sweet card because I think when you initially meet this person, they're going to be quite shocked that you like them. So it's like, wow, this person really likes me. It's like they feel so lucky that someone like you likes them. Then we get insecure. So I think these two kind of go together. This shocked that you like them, and then feeling a bit insecure. They probably feel that they are a little bit or quite a lot out of your league, and it'll probably take them a little bit of time to feel like, okay, it's okay. They really like me. It's okay. It's not going to be taken away, and the carpet's not going to be ripped out from underneath me. So I think if in the beginning there's a bit of insecurity, it's because they cannot believe that someone like you likes somebody like them. Oh, I can't believe we got the same card again. This is also a repeat from group 1, which is a beautiful, beautiful card. It's kind and compassionate. So this person is kind. This person is compassionate. And I'm sure if you've watched my readings before, you know how much I adore this card, because if your partner is kind, if your partner is compassionate, that means your foundation is so strong. Yes, you're going to have your challenges. Every relationship does. But if they come to you from a point of view of compassion and kindness, you can only go from strength to strength. So there you have it, group number 2. That is your reading about who your next true love could possibly be. I hope you enjoyed it. Please take care of yourselves. Welcome, group number 3. This is for everybody who chose the green butterfly. We are going to start off with the tarot to have a nice general overview of who this person is, your next true love. And then I'm going to pull additional oracle cards to get a much further in-depth detail in terms of who they are, what they look like, personality traits, love language, career, and lifestyle choices. So let's just take just a general look by looking at the tarot cards. And I think group number 3, when you meet this person, there is an immediate spark. There is something electrifying in this immediate meeting, like the first meeting. I wouldn't go as far as to say love at first sight, but you believe, wow, there's something here. There's something electric. There's something special. You want to take it further. You want to explore it further. And from the beginning, this person has a lot of character traits, attributes that you have been wishing for in a partner. So if you wanted somebody who was, say, for example, successful in their career, or very, very kind and compassionate, this person shows these traits quite soon. And you're like, wow, I cannot believe it. They are literally ticking a lot of the boxes of my wish list. There is definitely a bit of a wish fulfillment here. And you see yourself being very, very secure and comfortable in this partnership. You see yourself as a equal, and you see yourself having a very good, stable life with this person. And I think there is also a great possibility that you either work together or you work in the same industry, or there is a possibility that you might even create a business together. You're very, very in tune, and there is something electrifying, as I mentioned, and you're both going to want to take it further. You're both going to want to see, wow, what is this? Where can we go with this? So there is that element of excitement is with both of you. I'm now going to pull the Romance Angel cards just to get an additional messages from your Romance Angels. The first one we get is stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So whatever you have been wishing for and dreaming about, please continue to do what you're doing, because whatever you're doing is bringing in this person who is really a wish fulfillment. This person, like I said, is going to tick off a lot of your boxes. When you do meet this person, I think very, very soon afterwards, you're going to probably go away together. This person or you will probably suggest, I don't even necessarily think it'll be a big, huge vacation, but even just going away 2 hours away to the beautiful spot that's with a bed and breakfast, very, very romantic place, because you will want to spend some quality time together with no distractions. I think both of you already feel this magic, and you will want to see, right, how can we take this further? Where can we go with this? Is this really real, what I'm feeling? And you will want to go somewhere quite secluded, that it's just you and them, so you can see, is it real? Is it real? And from what I can see, I think it's going to be very real. Let's take a look now. I'm going to take my own oracle cards to get an idea about their physical attributes. What can we expect them to look like? These are just possibilities physically. Right. The first card we get is brown eyes. So they can have those hazel brown eyes going to deep, deep, dark, soulful brown eyes. Okay, they're going to be either your height or a little bit taller than you in terms of their height. Let's see what else we can get. Okay, it's also telling me that they could be a little bit shorter than you. So I would imagine, because we've got both of these cards here, you can expect them to be more or less your height. More or less your height. So we've got brown hair. So we've got brown eyes, brown hair. They're basically around your height. And let's take one more card. And then we've got blue eyes. So there is a possibility of brown eyes and a possibility of blue eyes. Right. What I'm going to do now is just take a look to see a little bit about their lifestyle. Where do they live? What do they like to do? Just where do they like to travel? Oops, I just had a few cards fall out there. So the first thing I get is forest. They love to spend time in nature. They love to go out and about. I'm not sure if they live there in nature, but there is definitely a strong love for nature. They probably live in an apartment. So whether this apartment is in a quieter place or in a city, that you will soon find out. They love the theatre. So this also tells me that they're quite cultured. So when we get the theatre card, they love the cultural side of life. So that'll be like going to art galleries and art exhibitions and shows and music. They have a great appreciation for that. Oh, you see, we have museums. So we got theatre, museums. There's definitely a strong cultural appreciation here. And the last one we get is beach. So they love the beach. That could be, if they live close to the beach, they'll probably like to go to the beach on the weekends, spend time there, or they like to vacation on the beach. They love the whole being by the sea, relaxing, sun tanning, and the whole environment, which we've got twice now being in nature, whether it's the sea or in the forest. There is a great love for nature. Now I'm going to have a look and see possible careers and professions that this person can be in, your next true love. Let's have a look. The first card we get is food. So it's very similar to group number 2 that also came up first. So this could be, they could be a chef. They could be anything to do with food. They could own a restaurant. They could own a lovely cafe. They could supply food. They could make food and supply it. Anything about food that brings in a good income. Then we have animals. So this person could be a vet. They could work at a vet. They could do anything to do with animals. If you can name it, there's so many possibilities. For me, the first thing that comes to mind is somebody who loves animals would probably be a vet, works at a vet, anything to do with that. Then we get music. So they could be a music producer, they could be a DJ, they could play in a band professionally, something to do with music that brings in an income. Photography is so funny. It's come up with all three readings. So this could be somebody who is a wildlife photographer, a fashion photographer. It could be a photographer for advertising, film, anything that brings in an income when it comes to photography. And the last one we get is film. Absolutely funny. It's exactly the same. So there's definitely quite a lot of similarities with all three of them. It's the film, the photography, music, and food. These are like themes that have come up with all three groups. Right. Now we are going to have a look to see what their love language will be in the relationship. How are they going to express themselves? How are they going to show their love to you in the relationship? So let's have a look. First card we get is Spa Days, Fun Days. This person is going to love to do things with you, but not only things with you, they're going to love to do the things you love to do. So if you can imagine, I'm just giving you an example, a lot of men, I would say, don't like to go shopping with their partners or don't like to go to spas with their partners. This person is going to be the opposite. If you say I want to go to the spa, they go, I'm in. I need to go shopping, they go, I'm in. They love to do things you love to do, which I think makes for such a special attribute. Okay, there is going to be a lot of chemistry in this relationship. Physically, you're going to be very, very, very attracted to each other, and the physical side of your relationship is going to be very, very good. This is a great card. It's your number one supporter. This person is going to have your back in whatever you do. They're going to encourage you. They're going to be there for you. If you decide to do something you've never tried before or something that's completely out of your comfort zone, they're going to say, you can do it. Try it. What have you got to lose? They're always going to make you believe the best about yourself. And they're going to encourage you to get out of your comfort zone, to do things you've never done before. And when you have somebody who is so encouraging and so believing, anything and everything is possible. The next thing we get, this also I think has come up in all three readings, is cook for you. So this person is going to find out all your favorite foods. They're not only going to cook those foods for you, but they're going to experiment and try new things that they'll think you like. For them, a way of spoiling you is by cooking for you or baking for you or making your favorite cookies or something like that. That's like a very, very big way for them to show their love to you. And then we get sofa time. Sofa time is all about spending time at home quietly together. And sofa time could just be when you come home, she's giving you a foot massage, having a glass of wine together, discussing the day. They love just to be at home, the two of you, doing your thing. It could be watching Netflix, watching movies, playing a board game. I don't know what it is. For everybody, it's going to be something different, but they love this. They love having that you and their time, just the two of you together doing what you do best. Right, now we're going to pull some cards to get an idea about what personality traits you can expect in your next true love. Remember, this is all possibilities, so if it rings true, wonderful. If it doesn't, just leave it behind. So this person is going to be very amorous. They're going to show, we've got chemistry here, which is just confirming that they're going to show their love for you by holding your hand, holding you around, hugging you, kissing you, really just stroking your hair. They want to physically touch you, love you, and show you how much they care about you. There is a possibility this person can be moody, but I don't think that this is anything to worry about. This kind of card comes up. It's, you know, there are a lot of people who work in high pressurized, high-powered job. When they come home, they just need some time to kind of unwind, de-thaw, and this is probably telling you, you know what, if they have this kind of a moodiness, or they just like go quiet, just let them be, let them come to, you know, let them have some time on their own, de-thaw as such, and they'll soon be back to their normal selves. Okay, they are shocked that you like them. I think when you initially meet this person, there is an element like, I cannot believe that this person really likes me and that this person wants to have a relationship with me. There is definitely an element of surprise and shock. They are not afraid to have the serious conversations. They want to have the serious conversations. They're not going to, you know, if you say like, you know, where are we going? What are we doing? You know, you know, is it time that we moved on to the next step? They're all for it. They're all for it. They're quite happy to have that conversation with you. And they're very, very generous. They're not only generous financially, but they are very generous with their heart. They are kind, they are loving, they are caring, and they're going to have your back. So that looks really, really lovely, group number 3. That's all I have for you right now. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Please take care of yourselves.